Something very interesting happened in this country yesterday. Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka revealed in an interview with the Daily Nation that he had a secret pact with Raila Odinga to support him in 2022. But even before the dust could settle, the ODM party responded to Kalonzo Musyoka ruthlessly. And personally, I read the response from ODM party, and I felt strongly that ODM party ought not to have responded to Kalonzo Musyoka in the manner they did. So today I want us to look at the secret pact between Kalonzo Musyoka and Raila Odinga, and why I strongly believe the ODM party ought not to have responded to Kalonzo Musyoka in the manner they did. But before we do that, if you are watching this video for the first time, or if you are watching this video but you have not subscribed, I want you to take a second or two and click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, you get notified. Now back to the main issue. Politics has its own political rules. Politics has its own rules. And one of the cardinal rules in politics is that there's a constant. And constants in politics are things like betrayal. Anytime you enter into a political deal with any politician, you must expect betrayal. The other thing that is constant in politics is the fact that in politics, nothing happens out of mere coincidence. Everything in politics is normally well planned, well executed to achieve certain political objectives. As much as I disagree with the content of the letter, on the content of the statement by the ODM Secretary General, something tells me very strongly that Edwin Sifuna cannot just wake up and respond to Kalonzo Musyoka in the manner he did. He must have received an authority from Raila Odinga himself. And if not Raila Odinga, but from the top leadership of ODM party. And they wanted to send a message to Kalonzo Musyoka, to Musalia Mudavadi, and to Moses Wetangula. In short, ODM party was telling these guys that NASA is no more. But the question I keep on asking myself, was it necessary for the ODM party to respond to Kalonzo Musyoka in the manner they did? Now, why were they responding to Kalonzo Musyoka in the first place? Let me just show you the contents, why these guys are responding to Kalonzo Musyoka in the manner they did. Now, this is the newspaper. I just want to read for you that particular part. Sorry. Yes, this is the newspaper. Kalonzo Musyoka was asked a very simple question. Let me read. According to NASA coalition agreement, Raila Odinga was expected to support your presidential bid in 2022. Will that happen? Do you smell betrayal by Raila or other NASA principals? Now that was the question which was asked, which Kalonzo Musyoka was asked. And this is how Kalonzo Musyoka responded to that question. He's saying, I have been betrayed before, and I don't want to go into politics of betrayal. I like to look more positively to the future because, just as they say in business, you don't get what you deserve. You get what you negotiate. There is no sense of entitlement here. By the way, the coalition agreement does not say that ODM will support Wiper. And if you read Edwin Sifuna's statement, it was also alleging the same, that there was no such agreement that ODM was going to support Wiper. And Kalonzo is continuing. What it says is that ODM in 2022 will not present a candidate for the presidency. And from that alone, you can tell that Kalonzo Musyoka alichezwa. ODM as a political party, and for it to survive, it must sponsor a presidential candidate. Even if Raila Odinga is not going to run, ODM will have a presidential candidate, whether Hassan Joho, whether Hassan Joho, whether Oparanya, or whether even Kalonzo Musyoka, but ODM party will have a presidential candidate. So they're saying the coalition agreement does not say that ODM will support Wiper. It says, what it says is that ODM in 2022 will not present a candidate for the presidency. You cannot assume that since I was the deputy to Raila, then ODM has to support me. These things have to be done expressly, which is what we have done under a separate arrangement. So Kalonzo Musyoka is agreeing that the coalition agreement they have opened the field for any other presidential candidate, but not from ODM party. But he didn't specify that that candidate is going to be Kalonzo Musyoka. But he's putting something which is very interesting. The arrangement is between Raila and I, and not with other parties in NASA. I am not free to talk about it because it is highly confidential. Now, that was the statement from Kalonzo Musyoka. And in my view, I consider that statement not harmful. That statement was polite. Kalonzo Musyoka responded in a very diplomatic way. But let us look at the response from the ODM party by Edwin Sifuna. Let me just, I think I have it on my phone here. No, it's long, and I don't want to read the entire statement. I'll just read specific parts. But let me just read the introduction. It's saying, the Orange Democratic Movement is shocked by claims made by Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka that there exists a secret pact between him and our party leader Raila Odinga that will see Raila support him in 2022. We wish to state categorically that no such deals exist. So if Kalonzo Musyoka and Raila Odinga had a deal, I'm sure Raila Odinga would have restrained the Orange Party from responding in this manner. And they're now very categorical that no such deals exist. And Kalonzo is also acknowledging that the deal which exists is between him and Raila Odinga. So it's like saying Raila Odinga can support Kalonzo Musyoka, but ODM party is not supporting Kalonzo Musyoka. And it's continuing. We are, however, not surprised that Kalonzo is making those claims. It is typical of Kalonzo character as a two-faced, treacherous character who is always whining while seeking to reap where he did not sow. It is a continuation of his kati-kati brand of politics. Kalonzo has indeed variously described as a hyena who follows a man hoping the hands will fall. Now that's ODM responding to Kalonzo Musyoka. And the tone has actually changed. It's continuing. We know that Kalonzo tried to push Raila to commit to support him in 2022 as part of NASA pact. And as a party, we flatly rejected that demand. It is why the coalition agreement left it open for the party to support any of the partners in the event the coalition was not renewed in 2022. So ODM is sending that particular message to all these other partners. That agreement was only existing if the coalition agreement was going to be renewed. But in this case, these guys have parted ways. So which means that particular arrangement does not exist. And there's a point here. This paragraph, I found it very distasteful. Kalonzo is a known traitor, currently undermining Governor Ngilu, Mutua, and Kibwana, who won their seats against his wishes. It is his politics of slyness, cowardice, and self-aggrandizement that has made him lose Honorable Mubama, and it is that brand of politics that is pushing him to Jubilee, despite the fact that his arrival will add absolutely no value to Jubilee Party. So if you read that statement, and I'm going to put the link to that statement, if you read that statement, it's actually in a very bad taste. Because Kalonzo Musyoka, in my view, was the ODM party leader, was the NASA principal, was also a court principal. But why am I saying that ODM statement is in bad taste? Number one, it portrays ODM political party as a party which is thankless. Let us give credit where it is due. Nobody expected Kalonzo Musyoka and Raila Odinga to survive beyond 2013 general election. These guys shocked Kenyans when they remained together and again contested on the same ticket in 2017. And did Kalonzo Musyoka delivered to ODM party? In my view, he did. And that's why I disagree with this statement by Sifuna describing Kalonzo Musyoka as someone who is undecided. Kalonzo Musyoka decided to support NASA. He decided to support Raila Odinga. In 2013, he did that. In 2017, for those who don't know, Kalonzo Musyoka's wife was sick. And despite the fact that Kalonzo's wife was sick, Kalonzo Musyoka still stood and supported Raila Odinga. He didn't just do that. Jubilee political party, Jubilee leadership of President Uhuru Kenyatta and William Ruto by that time went ahead and cleared the medical bills for Pauline Kalonzo. That bill was running into millions and millions. So Jubilee paid in the hope that Kalonzo Musyoka would, at the end of the day, dump Raila Odinga. Kalonzo didn't do that. Now, in Ukambani, apart from maybe Coast and some parts of Nyanza, Ukambani delivered. Let us go to 2013 figures, because that's what IBC can get us. I noted them somewhere here. In Kitui alone, Raila Odinga got 219,500 votes. That was in 2013. Uhuru got 40,000. That means in Kitui, Raila Odinga got 79.5%. Uhuru Kenyatta got only 14.7%. The other county is Makwiny. Makwiny, Raila Odinga got 228,000 votes. Uhuru Kenyatta got 12,600. That translates to Raila Odinga getting 90.7%. Uhuru getting 5.2%. Do you think Raila Odinga can get 90% in Ukambani without Kalonzo Musyoka? I doubt. In Machakos, Raila Odinga got 319,500 votes. Uhuru Kenyatta got only 36,000 votes. That translated to Raila Odinga getting 85.9%. Uhuru Kenyatta getting 9.8%. So in short, in Ukambani, Jubilee was denied even the threshold. So if Jubilee was supposed to win, were going to win that election, it means they were going to win without Ukambani, because in Ukambani, they didn't get the threshold of 25%, the entire Ukambani. And Ukambani Kambas have diaspora. They're in Nairobi. Kambas are at the coast. Kambas are in Garissa. So it means that was the voting pattern of the Kamba because of Kalonzo Musyoka. So I found that statement by Edwin Sifuna really not in good taste, because Kalonzo Musyoka delivered. So ODM is appearing as a party which is thankless. Number two, I think also the response was not really necessary. Was not necessary. Why am I saying so? If you read the statement by Kalonzo Musyoka was asked a question. And as a leader, he had to respond. And whether he took advantage of that to address this issue is something for another day. But the statement by Kalonzo Musyoka was polite. It didn't hurt ODM party in any way. And even if ODM party had to respond to it, because also they have been waiting for such opportunity to respond to this kind of, to respond to the issue of a secret deal with Kalonzo, secret deal with the NASA. But they could have used, their tone would have been a bit not too harsh, the way they described Kalonzo Musyoka. And I've read the statement, a response, a rejoinder from White House Secretary General, Judy CJ. And her statement is also very diplomatic, not like this one of ODM party. If this was a response to Musalia Mudavadi and a response to Musalia Mudavadi and Moses Wetangula, I would have agreed with it. But Kalonzo Musyoka has tried as much as he can to refrain even from engaging Raila Odinga, from engaging ODM party. He has tried that. And lastly, I think future coalition building. From this response, very few political parties will be willing to enter into another agreement with ODM party. Because look at it from this perspective. Kalonzo Musyoka supported ODM party how many times? Twice. The ODM presidential candidate twice. And you are now, just because of a statement, he claimed there was a secret pact, which I know for sure in politics, those agreements might have made. In this country alone, Kibaki had a memorandum of understanding with Raila Odinga. What happened? Even Jaramogi could not take the leadership of this country unless Mzee Kenyatta came back from prison. And when Kenyatta came back, what happened? Betrayal. The only pact I knew was going to work was that one between Uhuru Kenyatta and William Ruto. Because in that case, they went public with it. So they were telling people that I'm going to serve kumi, huyu jamaa anachukua kumi. Ruto used to remind them that for him, he's going to support Uhuru Kenyatta, then Uhuru Kenyatta will live for him. But even if that did not work, what told Kalonzo Musyoka that this other one is going to work? But my fear is that forming coalition in future with ODM will be very tricky. Most political parties will go back and figure out how these guys treated Wiper, which stood with them, by the way. So in my view, the statement by Edwin Sifuna was intended to achieve certain political objectives. So it had to come. But I strongly believe that the tone of that message was unnecessary. I strongly believe that Kalonzo Musyoka in his statement or in his interview was a bit diplomatic. Kalonzo Musyoka also deserves respect as someone who contested against Raila Mola, who contested with Raila Mola Odinga on the same ticket 2 times. I don't know what you think, but that's my take. And if you're watching this video for the first time again, or you've been watching the videos but you've not subscribed, please take a second or two, click subscribe button, and then choose notification so that next time you will produce a video like this, then YouTube will automatically notify you. And the only request I always make to the subscribers of this channel is to help me create interactions. How do we do that? Number 1, just click thumbs up if you like the video, or thumbs down if you don't like the video. Number 2 is just drop your comments. Do you think ODM was in order to respond to Kalonzo Musyoka in the manner they did? But the best one is simply to share this video in your WhatsApp groups, Twitter, and Facebook. Thank you guys, and please, may you have a good day.